Recently, the U.S. Department of Justice released hundreds of pages from their investigations into Jeffrey Epstein, the convicted sex offender, whose ties to global elites have long stirred controversy. Among the documents was a list of personal contacts, not a client list, as many speculated, but a raw collection of names, numbers, and addresses gathered from Epstein's personal records. What caught everyone's attention? The names that appeared in it: high-profile celebrities, global icons, people you've watched on screen, listened to on stage, or seen on magazine covers. Let's break it down. First, Alec Baldwin, the Emmy-winning actor and longtime Hollywood fixture, was among those named in the contact records. Known for his sharp wit and decades of work in film and television, his appearance has raised eyebrows, though there's no evidence connecting him to any criminal acts. Then comes Ralph Fiennes. An Oscar nominee and one of Britain's most respected actors, Fiennes has starred in classics like Schindler's List, The English Patient, and more recently as Voldemort in the Harry Potter series. His inclusion in the files reinforces just how far Epstein's social reach extended, across oceans and industries. One of the most globally recognizable names in the list, Michael Jackson, the king of pop himself. His name showing up in the documents has stirred renewed public interest, even posthumously. But again, there's no suggestion in these records of any involvement beyond being a listed contact. And it doesn't stop there. Mick Jagger, legendary frontman of the Rolling Stones, also appears in the contact materials. A music icon for over 5 decades, Jagger's name adds to the growing list of cultural giants loosely connected through Epstein's network. From music and movies to the world of fashion, Naomi Campbell is another name listed. The supermodel, known for her global career and social influence, has long moved in elite circles. Her appearance in the files isn't entirely surprising to those familiar with high society connections, but it's enough to keep her name trending. Courtney Love, known as much for her outspoken personality as for her work in alternative rock and film, also shows up. Her presence, like others, brings more questions than answers, as people try to understand how and why these names appeared together. The files also include Dustin Hoffman, a 2-time Academy Award winner and Hollywood veteran. With a career spanning decades, his inclusion underscores the sheer range of industries touched by Epstein's contacts. Then there's Bob Weinstein, a powerful film executive and co-founder of Miramax and the Weinstein Company. His business dealings put him among entertainment's elite, which may explain how his name ended up in Epstein's records. Outside entertainment, some politically connected names also appear. Ethel Kennedy, widow of Senator Robert F. Kennedy, Ivanka Trump, and Ivana Trump, representing a link to one of America's most watched political families, and John Kerry, former U.S. Secretary of State. These names, while not from showbiz, have long operated within the same rarefied social spheres Epstein moved through. Alan Dershowitz, a high-profile attorney and Harvard professor, and David Koch, a billionaire industrialist and political donor, were also listed. Both men are frequently mentioned in past Epstein discussions, and their presence in the files isn't unexpected, but remains significant. One more name worth noting: Carrie Kennedy, daughter of Robert F. Kennedy and president of a major human rights organization. Her name adds yet another layer to the intricate network of powerful individuals Epstein seemed to collect around him. But here's the key takeaway: these files are not evidence of guilt. The contact list doesn't confirm illegal activity, association, or wrongdoing. The Department of Justice itself has stated there is no credible evidence suggesting that the people listed were involved in any crimes or were being blackmailed. In many cases, names in such files are the result of brief meetings, public events, or secondhand references. Still, the release has reignited public debate about power, secrecy, and the invisible threads connecting global elites. Why did Epstein keep these names? Were they friends, acquaintances, or just public figures he wanted access to? For now, there are no definitive answers, only speculation, scrutiny, and a growing public demand for transparency. As the pressure mounts and more documents are expected, one thing is clear: the Epstein story is far from over.